Okay, here is your playlist for your review for your 6 weeks exam, which is Tuesday. I have some key information highlighted here, so these are things you might want to study and make sure you know, especially the types of angles formed by a transversal with parallel lines or just two lines intersected by a transversal. And then this is some prior knowledge information. This is what we did this 6 weeks triangle sum theorem. This don't need to really know. It just need to help you with problem solving. But you still need to know types of special types of angles like complementary, supplementary, linear pair. So get this highlighted. Make sure you know. What I have circled are the test-like. So I'm going to go through how you could solve these problems, give you some hints. I'm going to do a section at a time. So this first video is going to cover 1 through 4. And then if you don't need those problems, you can just fast forward. Just hit the forward arrow button. So on here, you are going to be expected, number one is a test like, you are going to be expected to draw two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So you can mark them, but just kind of get your parallel lines. We have A and B cut by a transversal C. Now your drawing can vary just a little bit, but you are going to be expected to mark the angle. So this is why it's important that you know your vocabulary. It says 1 and 2 are alternate interior. Alternate interior. That means they have to alternate the transversal, which is our line C. This could vary, but we need to have one on one side and the other on the other side, but not adjacent to each other. Top, bottom, okay? And then mark 3 as corresponding to 1. Well, for it to be corresponding, it says up here, or same side interior. Another way to think of it, not same side interior, sorry. For it to be corresponding, it needs to lie on the same side of the transversal and the same sides of the lines. So, in the same position. So here's 1. 1 is on the left. It is below. It's like below this line. So 3 has to do the same thing. So it would be here. And then it wants us to angle 2 is corresponding with 4. So here's 2. 4 is on the right. So 4 has to be right. It would be up here. It says what type of angles are 2 and 3? 2 and 3 are vertical angles. Okay, so this would be one of your answer choices. You have to pick the right one or know the relationship. We should know that 1 and 2 are congruent, 2 and 3 are congruent, and 2 and 4 are congruent. All these are congruent, okay? They're all equal to each other. All right, so draw two lines. Now on this one, I want you to understand that your answers may vary, but 2 lines and a transversal. 2 lines and a transversal. 2 and 4 are alternate interior, just like we did on number 1. So here's 2 and 4. 2 and 8 are corresponding. Okay, 2 and 8 are corresponding. So 8 would have to go here, and we just want to make sure your picture's right. Okay, and the picture can vary depending on where you start with your alternate interior. So what are some facts about these things? We know that they're all congruent. We know 8 and 4 are vertical. We know 2 and 8 are congruent. We know 2 and 4 are congruent. We know they're not supplementary. Okay. Now, on a problem like this, number 3, you are going to be expected to extend your lines. This arrow right here tells me that they're parallel. So what I want to do is I want to extend those lines so I can see those lines, and we want to use our transversals. Okay. We have 2 pairs of transversals. One of the transversals we have is this line right here. Oops, it's off a little bit. But that line's a transversal, and it intersects the green lines at 2 different points. So, because we want to find the measures of x and y, I can get x because x is both above the line with 65 degrees. X is corresponding, so x and 65 degrees are corresponding angles. That means that they are congruent. They are congruent. So I know x equals 65 degrees. So I'm just going to put that in the diagram as well. Now, to get my y, I need to make sure we recognize that we have vertical angles here with the 55. So I'll put 55 there. And to get my y, this is the line. X, y, and 55, all those together are 180. So y would equal 180 minus my 55 plus 65. Okay, so y ends up being 60 degrees. Okay, so Use your linear pair. That's what I'm saying, knowing all the different angles that we have up here, knowing all the different things that helps you problem solve. All right, now, find the missing angles based on the diagram. Right here, this is telling me that these arrows tell me that the lines are parallel. And an easy way to do this, well, just like before, we want to extend the lines. So I want to go ahead and extend this line. That one's already extended. I also want to see my transversal. So this is my transversal. And so an easy way for me to see the relationship is the color code. So if I do my vertical and do my pattern, okay, I can see which ones are congruent. So you can use color pencils to help you problem solve. So anything with the same color is going to be congruent. Anything with different colors are going to be supplementary. So here's my blue 120. Who else is blue? Angle 1 is blue. Angle 3 is blue. Blue and yellow together would be supplementary. So if I have 120, angle 2 would be 60. Who is also yellow? That's 4. And that is 5. And we're done. Okay? So that takes care of 1 through 4. Just fast forward to go to your playlist for the next set of problems. Thanks.